Hi, this is Michael. I wanted to walk you through the exploration I want you to do this week and the ultimate deliverable. Our first assignment is going to be to get some data. And what we want to get is a CSV or spreadsheet of data, and we want a fair amount of it. That means, I'd say between 300 records or more. I would say I wouldn't go into the thousands, but I would also try to make that data interesting because we're going to explore it and try to figure out what to do with it. And that's going to be how we begin to design an interface around it. So the best way I found to get data is to go steal it from someplace. So right now I'm looking at a site about perfumes, and this is a site that sells perfume supplies. And one thing I know is when I'm on this is that it's kind of a data-based oriented site because you can kind of tell by looking at it that as you drill down in here, you get a kind of database looking sheet like that. So you want to find a site, and most sites actually are, you'll be able to discern pretty quickly that they're database oriented, but also something that has to do with different types of data. So you can see here, like, maybe there's some things about purchasing, maybe there's some notes. So trying to find a rich data source is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but that should be pretty fun. Once you've found it, in this case, I'm going to say, hey, I found this, and I want to start to manipulate this data. There was actually a very complex tool that I did a big tutorial on, and it was a download and all this sort of stuff. Well, it turned out now there's just a much easier way to do it. I think this import.io is one of the easier ones, so let's give it a try. And by the way, I think they also give you some examples, so if you wanted to go and try those, that's pretty cool too. So I'm going to log in. You do have to have an account for this. Okay, I am in, and so I'm going to create a new extractor. And by the way, if you do need help with this, just go up to their help menu and look for the ability to how do you build an extractor and so forth. Should be pretty straightforward. All right, so now we've got a very, very basic data set. And as you can see, it did a fairly good job. Not a perfect job, but it did get a bit of a description here. Let's see. Not too shabby. I think it could be better. I think that's where, going back and forth and trying this out. By adding a new column, I can go in and try to find this particular piece of data. That looks pretty good. And if I click on, perfect. So sometimes things are not very well represented in the page itself, but it looks to me like I did a fairly good job there, actually. Okay, so that's good. So I've added that column, which I'm going to call note. And if I go back here, I go to product description. So you can sort of see in a way how does the, whoops. Let's get this out of the way. You can see how this is structured. So that's the note, this is the description, actually this is the price, so we could edit that as price. And this is description, and it also has it's kind of mixed together with the heart mid note, but that is a separate area that we can discern. So this is a really, really badly structured web page, but we're still able to get out of it a fairly decent amount of data. So at least I got what kind of a node it is, And if I was able to clean this up, I could get the product description, and I got basically the name of the, this is the ingredient. Now, when I'm done with this, then all I need to do is to export it. And then you run it. And at that point, you can then download the results as CSV, and you are done. So this is now your deliverable. And I will say I did a pretty lousy job. There could be a much better website than this, but hey, you know, just as an example, it's not bad. I would have to do a bit more work, but I've only invested a few moments into it. If you do have a really badly structured website, then you know, maybe consider finding another source. But usually, a website is able to let you extract data in this manner pretty easily. So I hope that helps, and you go have fun exploring. The next area, what you want to do is create a form so that you understand the way these are structured, and that form is the next video that I posted. So take a look at that.